Thanks for tuning in to Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu Incorporated. I'm your host, Steve Bergeron, and today we are working with collar chokes from the guard. Want to put a disclaimer? As always, what I'm about to teach is just one way of doing collar chokes. I'm aware that there's different perspective and different ways of doing collar chokes. This is just one way. We'll be working this from the guard. I hope you get something from it. Blair, come on in. Thank you very much. So collar choke from the guard. I want to talk about the three different grips you can have. The most common one for your first grip is going to be 4 fingers in, 1 thumb out, is one grip. Another grip is 1 thumb in, 4 fingers out. And the final grip is just grabbing cloth at the back or to the side. Those are your 3 common grips. So there's different variations of the collar choke. Those are the 3 different grips. So the most common one, especially for the first one, is 4 fingers in, 1 thumb in, is here. I don't want to pull in tight right away because it's not going to give me a lot of slack to work with the second side. So when I want to come in, I want to go in deep, but not on a pulling motion I need some slack on this side. So when I bring my secondary hand in, I'm going to have some slack to come in. I want to use my inner thighs to get a rotation to come across and get in deep. By rotating makes my left arm, my second arm, longer to try to touch the knuckles behind. Once I'm here in this grip, I'm into the side, I just grab lots of cloth and I rotate my wrists inwards. All I do now is I come back to the center line, and then my next move is going to be pulling downward, and I get to tap. I have not even pulled downwards, but this is the motion I want. A common mistake people do in regards to collar choke is they want to flare the elbows out. Don't flare the elbows out, you bring him down this way. That's the motion. So let me cover the first collar choke. 4 fingers in, 1 thumb out, right here. And I push upwards to create slack on this side. The second hand will get so much, but if I lean and rotate back, I get a little bit extra. I grab lots of cloth from here. Then I rotate, then I come back to the center, and then I begin to start pulling downwards. But if I hold and I get it, here we go. A second variation is if I get 4 fingers in, 1 thumb out for the first grip, and I'm not quite feeling this or I'm getting some resistance. At this point, then I go over top of my arm and come back on this side, and I get 1 thumb in, 4 fingers out. So is it different? I go on top. So if I can't get it on this side, I need to come over on this side and I rotate. I can go 1 thumb in, but if there's not enough space, I just grab, there's always extra material here. Extra gi to grip, anchor, rotate on the one side now, come back to the center line, and I just pull down. And I get the tap. So, my first grip can be 1 thumb in, 4 fingers out. My first grip can be just grabbing the gi cloth. But I tend to, and most people tend to, when it's off the first grip, which is your stronger one, 4 fingers in, 1 thumb out is what I prefer, then you can either go 4 fingers in, 1 thumb out, underneath, and if it doesn't quite work, or I get some resistance, I can always come back around, grab lots of cloth. I need to bring my elbow down to in front of his neck, his chin, and at my forearm, and then I don't want to pull down from here. I just want to come back to the center line, and you see, I didn't even pull down yet. Excuse me, Blair, just stay there for 2 seconds. I cover collar chokes from mount in video 35 on this channel. I'm covering now collar chokes from guard in video 66. The concept, technique is the same, except now I don't have gravity on my side. Video 35 from mount, you do have gravity, but it's where you angle to go underneath or angle to go on top. Those are really, you're just your fundamental collar chokes. So let me review this one more time. Again, just a basic collar choke, nothing sexy about it. I'm here, I come underneath, I grab lots of cloth, I turn my wrists, I come back to the center line, and then I just pull down and get the tap. Or if I get resistance, I don't quite like what's going on, I come to the other side from the same grip, and then I just grab lots of cloth, I rotate, I just come back, and then I pull downwards and get the tap. Doesn't take much to practice it, but once you have that one hand on the collar, either you go underneath the arm or you go over top of the arm on the other side. And when you go the other side, you can either go one thumb in or just grab cloth. There's not much more to it except putting in your reps, different grips, a little bit of resistance, and getting the leverage point to get maximum pressure for the tap. I hope it works for you, and I look forward to seeing you in the mat soon.